What's going on, guys? Today I'm going to do a really quick review of this Smart Coffee Warmer. In this review, I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about this coffee warmer, including one thing you should know before buying. So my wife and I have been testing out numerous different coffee warmers out there, and this one's actually pretty cool. It's a little bit unique in the way that it works, and definitely like it. I think it's a pretty cool design. Let me go ahead and show you everything about it. So first off, this is a coffee warmer, but I mean, really, you could use it for tea, milk, anything that you want, essentially. But basically, here's how it works. It's pretty cool. So right now, it is off, and right now, it's on. See how that blue light turns on? Off, on, off, on, off, on. You can hear that click. Kind of cool because it's controlled by gravity, basically. But the way that this actually works with a mug is you essentially just take it and place it on there. And I like the fact that when something is on there, it is heating up, right, and transferring the heat. But the minute you take it off, it's off, which is pretty neat because it's a good safety feature, right? As long as there's not a lot of weight on here, it's not going to get hot whatsoever. Now, that all said, this gets up to 131 degrees is where it will make your beverage. So this actually gets warmer than 131, but when you have something on here, I've actually tested this, and what I prefer is 130 degrees is about my preferred temperature with coffee when I'm drinking it. So this will just a little bit over that and keeps it really, really warm and toasty for you when you're ready to take a drink. In terms of any bells and whistles or anything special, it doesn't have them. Basically, it just has this light in the front that tells you it's on. It has a plug back here, and like I said, it is gravity defined, if you will. That's how it actually works. So there is no bells or whistles. You can't change the temperature. You can't set a different temperature or anything like that. Some of them have that ability. This one does not. So there's nothing really too special about it. It's just something that pretty much works. Used it for about 4 days myself, and it did keep my coffee warm. But that all said, there is something that you should know. So I have water in here right now, but one thing about this mug is that the bottom part is kind of thick. So one of the issues with that, and one of the issues with this thing overall, is that you want to make sure in an ideal world, you're using a coffee mug that has the thickness of this, the thickness of the top, all the way around. And those mugs definitely do exist. They're really common. But when you get into the mugs like this that maybe have a heavier bottom or things like that, it can become a little problematic because the heat transfer from here to the mug into the liquid is really not all that great. So what I noticed was that when I was drinking from something like this, it would be warm, but not as warm as another cup that had actually like a thin barrier to get to the liquid on the inside. So yeah, that's definitely one thing to know. I mean, it still works. It still worked the whole time, but it just wasn't able to get as warm when I had a coffee mug that was thicker. So yeah, guys, overall, it is definitely a good coffee mug warmer. You want a coffee mug, I had to look, but they say it has to be 0.8 pounds or more, which is 13 ounces. That's pretty much every coffee mug I think I've ever owned, but just kind of an idea so that you know. But yeah, overall, it definitely does work as it's intended to do. So if you're considering getting it and looking for an affordable option, this is definitely a good decision.